Okay, PGA, I am here just to go over how to reserve your outdoor play areas in Google Calendar. So you need to do a couple things. First, open up your Google Calendar. It's simply calendar.google.com. Make sure you are on your personal, not your Google school account, not your personal account, if you have one. I have quite a few calendars, but what you need to do first, if you want to see the outdoor space calendars, you need to go all the way down here to the bottom where it says Other Calendars and click this little plus button. Then you are going to click Browse Resources. So bring up the resources for the school, and I have all these checked except for one, which was the PGA main floor outside lower school playground. I want to make sure I have that checked. Now this will allow these calendars to be visible in my calendar. And boom, lo and behold, you'll see that the orange calendar here, the outside lower school playground, has been reserved quite a bit from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. If I want to turn this off, this is cluttering my view. I can simply unselect it. All right, so these are living in this calendar. If I wanted to see everything, I just can select all of these calendars. So you can turn them off and on at your convenience. The week view sometimes is very difficult. It gets really cluttered. So I want to go up here to my date picker. I'm on March 22nd, and then I'm going to want to go to the day. Click on the day. And now what happens is each one of these calendars gets separated out. So this column on the left is my personal calendar for pgaproud.org. And then all these other columns are these other calendars that I have selected. I could turn them off or on. So if I'm only considering one or two of these outdoor spaces, I could simply turn off all the other calendars and see what I see. If I want to see what is going on, like who this is, I can click on any of these and it will tell me who organized it and what are the details. Now, if I want to reserve one of these spaces, let's say I wanted to the outside front. I'm going to turn that on. And I'm going to say, okay, I wanted to go to this the outside lower field, but fourth grade's got it at 10:15. I want to do it. Now, here's the kicker in Google is you have to reserve it in your calendar first. You can't just reserve it in the calendar of the resource. And the reason to do that is that someone has to own the event so they can make changes. So I'm going to just call this a demo event. So you would call this whatever your class is. And the most important thing when you're doing this, you have your time, is to pick the calendar that this is going to get reserved on. So this is mine here. All right. Now to find the resource, so you want to make sure you're not on some random calendar here. We don't reserve these on the actual outside calendars. The way it works is you go to the rooms here. It'll show you available rooms. So if one of these outdoor spaces is not available from 10:30 to 11:30 on March 22nd, it will not show up on this list. And let's say I want to outside front. Okay, and you can see like here, I'm the organizer. That's the resource I'm going to use. I'm going to hit save, and there it is. It shows up. So on my calendar, if I wanted to look at the my week view, it'll look like I have this double event, but it's not a double event. The event lives in my calendar. That's the blue part, and this yellow part is for everyone else to see. That is the calendar for the resource. It's really just kind of the resource so you could see what the event is. All right, and what if something's available or not available. So if I wanted to make changes to this, I would just click on this event, and I could edit it because it's my event and it's in my calendar. I could edit it, or I could go ahead and just delete it, and it will pop off both calendars. Sometimes it takes a second to realize what I just did. There it is, and now it's gone. All right. So you do need to think through. I mean, your calendar can get kind of cluttered. but you don't have to see these all the time. You can just turn them off and turn them off and on as you want. And even if you have these off, as long as you reserve the room, it will still show up on your calendar as the event. So that's the key thing. The key takeaway here is when you're reserving any of these spaces, make sure you're doing it in your calendar, and then you can choose the room, and that's kind of how it works in Google. Okay, I'm happy to help you with any of these questions or concerns around this, and let me know. Have a great day.